Welcome back, everybody. Eric here, and I'm continuing my gun question series. I've gotten a lot of good feedback on this, and I really hope you guys are enjoying these videos where I just take your questions from Twitter and answer them as directly as possible and just give you guys some good feedback. And this is a great opportunity for you guys to get involved in the conversation and let me know what you think. Am I wrong? What's your opinion? And whoever asks this question, they're going to get a really well-rounded answer from their peers. That's the goal here. So let's go ahead and dive into this question here. So today's question is, should you ignore gun-free zone signs? Woo, buddy. Now this one is a doozy. Now we're going to get into some potentially scary water here. Let's do it. But before we do, let me thank our friends at SDI for supporting today's video. If you're looking for a career in gunsmithing, they are definitely a great go-to source for you. They have some awesome programs, great instructors, wonderful curriculum. They also have a great drone program. So if you're looking to get into the gunsmithing world, running a gun business, flying drones, anything in gun technology, they're definitely your distance learning source for that type of information. Check them out, SDI, Sonoran Desert Institute, and tell them Eric sent you. All right, I just want to sort of begin this video by saying, look, guys, I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm not sitting here trying to give you legal advice. So let me just get that out of the way, okay? I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a guy, okay? A gun guy who's been doing this a very long time, and I have my opinion. So this video is my opinion. Please take it as that. This is not legal advice. Should you ignore gun-free zone signs? Well, as we know, statistically, a lot of shootings occur in gun-free zones. And why is that? It's because the perpetrator of the crime is emboldened by the concept that no one is armed. They assume that people are going to obey the sign and they're not going to carry a firearm, and that everyone in that given area is going to be completely disarmed, therefore making it a target-rich environment or a victim-rich environment. Gun-free zones are nothing more than a pandering of people to attempt to make them feel safe. I mean, you might as well put up a sign that says no criminal zone. It's the same thing. A criminal is not going to obey a no criminal zone sign. So why should a law-abiding citizen obey a sign that says no guns when it's your right to carry a firearm? Now, we get into property rights, okay? Look, nobody respects property rights more than this guy right here. I am very big on property rights and the rights of the property owner to do whatever they want. If you're on private property and that person doesn't want you carrying a firearm on their property, you should respect their wishes and not carry a firearm on their property. However, okay, in my experience, what tends to happen is, let's say you do carry a firearm on the property and you're not supposed to. Let's say there's a sign that says no guns and you carry your gun. Let's just say you're open carrying. And you walk in with a firearm in a place that says no guns allowed. Let's say it's a, I don't know, whatever business, a place of business. A big box place of business with a no gun sign on the door. What can happen? Are you breaking the law when you do that? I mean, it is a gun-free zone. They've established that their business doesn't allow guns, and you choose to carry a firearm anyway. What they could do, in my experience, is they can cite you for trespassing. That's about it. The actual act of carrying the firearm in that environment is not a crime, okay, in my experience. Of course, consult a lawyer, consult legal advice. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just saying, in the way that I've seen it be approached in the past, that's how they tend to approach it. Someone from the store might come up to you and say, hey, I don't know if you saw the sign, we don't allow guns in our place of business, and we would like for you to go put your gun in the car or leave. All right, or leave. Well, in that case, they've told you that your presence is not desired on their property. Now, you can tell them to pound sand, and I'm here to shop, and I'm about to finish my order, and I'll be on my way. Now, okay, if you're nice to them, they may say, hey, look, next time, just don't carry a gun in here. We're cool. Just finish your shopping. It's fine. You know, or they may say, oh, no, you need to get off our property immediately, or we're going to call the police and, you know, whatever, press charges. When they say press charges, what do they mean? They're going to cite you for trespassing, okay? I guess at that point, you're really just trespassing. Now, that's a civilian business. That's a regular business, okay? What about a place with controlled entry, okay, a government building? A government building, namely a courthouse, probate court, tag office, something like that. Will you ever notice when you go in there, they have a metal detector usually, and there's someone there, usually law enforcement, that checks you and makes sure you don't have a firearm. And of course, you can't carry a firearm in a courthouse. There's buildings, government buildings, schools, post office, places you are not supposed to carry a firearm. Now, do they have a metal detector at the door to the post office? No, they don't. Do they have a metal detector at a school? You're going to pick your child up from school, for instance, and you have your carry piece on you. Do they have a metal detector at the school? Some schools do. Some schools don't. But again, this is where it gets into slippery water, because, you know, a government building is kind of different. You know, you are certainly breaking a law if you're carrying a firearm in a place you're not supposed to have it. Now, is that to say that you're against your rights to leave your gun in the car? Okay, you're picking your child up at school. You're a gun owner. You have your gun on your hip in a holster. What do? You have to go in and check your child out of school. Leave the freaking gun in the car, you know? Just keep the peace. Don't cause a freaking problem. Leave the pistol in your center console. Go get your kid and go about your business. Most schools are not going to draw a heavy amount of scrutiny over a person who is there temporarily to pick up their child. They have business being there. They're there for a reason, you know. And what your car is an extension of your home. So in my mind, I think that that's rather innocent. I mean, obviously, same thing goes for the post office. Do people carry in the post office all the time? Yes, they do. Are you supposed to carry in a post office? No, you're not supposed to. But do people do it? Yes, they do. Do they raise a question over it or make a big deal about it? Most of them don't. If you're in a rural post office in the middle of nowhere and you're carrying your firearm, even though the freaking sign on the door says not to, and you know the people in the post office, you've been going in there since you were a kid, chances are you know all the first names of the people working there. They're not going to turn a blind eye to the fact you're carrying a firearm. So again, common sense must prevail in every situation that you find yourself in. There's probably certain jurisdictions where if you accidentally forgot to take your firearm off before you walked into the courthouse, okay, you're there for court and you accidentally carried your gun in there. There's probably some jurisdictions where they might draw a gun on you for having your freaking gun on you, even though you just forgot. But then again, there might be areas like where I live where you walk in the door and beep, beep, beep goes off and you go, oh. And you tell them, hey, I forgot to take my piece off. And they go, well, that's okay. Just go back to your car and stow it and come back. And you know, life goes on. They don't care because they know that, you know, people are human and they forget to do those things sometimes. And it's nothing malicious, but it's just how things are. So I think that you're going to find a varying degree of enforcement when it comes to how people view gun-free zone signs. You're going to find a varying degree of people who comply with those signs. And then you're going to have a varying degree of people who give a crap or not. You know, they just don't care. They're going to see this sign and keep carrying anyway. I tend to be a person who's kind of somewhere in the middle on it. You know, I tend to ignore gun-free zone signs if it's a hotel or if it's a place like that. You know, I just simply am not gonna. I'm not gonna, you know, put my safety into question. I'm gonna be armed no matter where I go, and I'm gonna be armed as many places as I possibly can be. And hey, if I'm carrying concealed and no one sees it, no one's the wiser. I mean, I probably wouldn't go in a place like that carrying openly. I would carry concealed. And I have varying opinions on whether or not I think somebody should carry concealed or open. That's a whole nother video. We won't go there right now, but let's just say that these days I tend to prefer concealed carry because I kind of like the element of surprise. I like to hide the gun. I like for nobody to know I have a gun. I don't want them to know. None of their business. I don't want someone to treat me differently or label me in a certain way because I have a firearm on me. You know, so in my mind, if they don't know, then that's just one less thing that they can do to screw with me. And in this world of Karens that we live in, where everybody wants to try to screw with someone over something, I think that's a welcome idea for people to just, you know, carry and just don't say anything. Just go about your day and do your thing and don't dang worry about it. So there's my take. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you carry in gun-free zones? Do you think people should just ignore it? What are the consequences? Are the consequences worth the risk of getting hurt in a gun-free zone? Let me know what you think. And again, I'm not a legal authority, and unless you say so in the comment section, neither of any of you. So just keep that in mind. These are all opinions, y'all. But I want to know what y'all think. What do you do? What do you apply to your everyday life? And we can put this question to bed once and for all. Thank you so much for watching. Many more videos on the way. Make sure that you click the notification bell and get all of our videos. Make sure you subscribe. We're almost to 3 million. We're kind of close, so let's get there, okay? Also on X, follow me on Iraq Veteran 8888. I would really appreciate that. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you soon.